So here we are. Welcome to DualShockers tour of Tokyo Game Show. It's Sunday morning. That's the Kain-Makuhari station, which is where everyone drops to go to Tokyo Game Show. And that's the crowd of people going to Tokyo Game Show. Very nice, right? In Japan, on the stairs you're supposed to hold it left. There are people holding signs showing where Tokyo Game Show is, because you need it. Is the Makuhari Messe. Beyond the tree. That it is. The venue of Tokyo Game Show. If you're wondering how you write Tokyo Game Show in Japanese, that's on that sign there. And we are separating from the crowd now to get our press pass. Okay, we have to take our press pass. That's the reception. Here at Tokyo Game Show they have you take a new press pass every day. For some reason I never understood. Anyway, I have to stop recording for the moment because it would be bloody hindering awkward to talk with the lady and film at the same time. Later, see you inside. And now we have our pass and let's get ready for the tour. They're going to, a little policeman that's going to show us.
No? Okay.
The way in, and we are inside Tokyo Game Show. As you can see, there's a lot of people. It's Sunday. There's volunteers dressed in orange. There's always that nice muted color. No one notices them, of course. Big sign, and we are going in. The press has its own entrance because we are so special. And we're going to go straight there. People are already queuing up at the cafeteria. Everyone gets angry at conventions. And here comes the nice lady, and we go in. And we're in, ladies and gentlemen. The escalator is down. Probably it got a DDoS attack as well. And here's the 5, where we start our tour briefly, but we'll go into this big sea of humanity down there, if you can see. I'm already tired. Just came in and I already want to go back to bed. I'm not the only one, looks like, from all the people that are going outside. With all security. You see the camera shake a little bit at times because there's a ton of people, so they're gonna eat my elbow for sure. There's some small booths by the side, people giving pamphlets. And let's start with the back of the booth, which is the D&M booth, which is mobile games, of course. You'll see a ton of booths for mobile games that you will never ever see or talk about again, because they never come to the West. Here is something that's better known, the Oculus Rift booth. They're showing some interesting stuff here. Lately they have been bent over mobile VR, which is pretty much antithetical as much as Nintendo and porn. Well, actually, considering a couple of things I've seen in Akihabara, maybe more than Nintendo and porn. There is quite a bit of a queue, but not that terrible. We're not going to go in because I'm already done with queues, but there is the Tokyo Game Show booth with all the little pamphlets and whatnot they're giving out and stuff they're selling, but there is nothing very interesting, to be honest. I'm not sure what they do here, I'm not even going to ask. Guess what? More mobile games. It's actually a pretty cool booth. See a lot of cutesy anime characters in the mobile booths. And they have a carousel. I mean, I want to ride it. I want to ride this carousel, but always drive. I will not drive the carousel. I'm sorry, I'm not going to take one for the team this time around. More mobile booths. Easy. More cutesy anime characters. Games we'll never see, fortunately. That's actually pretty interesting. Yeah, they have a fascination for long-legged ladies here. Wonder why, right? Yeah, I share it. I will admit it. There are a lot of small companies, of course. We're going to go to the bigger companies later. There is plenty of those as well, don't worry. Well, let's start with the first big company. Oh, by the way, this is the Osaka Electrical Communication University. There is a lot of booths from schools as well, and universities. They all publicize the games made by their students and their game making courses. Who wouldn't want to follow one of those courses? And here is Wargaming, first big company. They have collaborations with a couple of anime games, and they are introducing World of Warships, which I actually tried yesterday, and it is really fun. To be honest, I've never been that much of a fan of World of Tanks. I liked World of Warplanes, but I prefer games that are a little more simulative, like War Thunder. But I have to say that World of Warships is really good. I'm looking forward to the beta. They told me that it's going to be this winter, and I'm really going to enjoy it. If I will enjoy it like the other one, like what I played yesterday. And here is the boot of it. Kinect for Windows, 150 bucks of complete uselessness. So I'm going to skip it, I'm sorry. More schools, ECC. As you can see, a lot of small but interesting games. There's the Kobe Institute of Computing. It's all actually interesting stuff, and I'm going to check them out later, because where else do you get to see these kind of things? There's also some social internet game. Booths are all very colorful, as you can notice. It's a change of pace from a Western trade show. And we are back to the front of the booth we will see before. Lots of booth companions. They're not called booth babes here in in Japan. Actually, if you call them boot babes, you're gonna get the AV lie, because that's not considered very respectful. So that they are here to accompany the Okyaku-san, the customers. So they are called boot companions. They're all very beautiful. Some are a bit skimpy dressed, some are less skimpy dressed. Some you can take pictures of, some you can't. Going back in the same way as before. I'm going to skip a bit, but yeah, they are a particularity of Tokyo Game Show. While in Western trade shows, boot companions, boot babes are pretty much like a dying breed. Here they are still going strong. And at the beginning of the show, in the early morning, well, it's not that early because it opened and stand, but they all line up and bow. Quite a show actually. The Gree book. Gree is very big in Japan, mobile company, and of course they're mobile, so they're big. Unfortunately, mobile gaming is taking really a big foothold here in Japan. Another school, Niigata Computer College. As you can see, what they show is actually pretty elaborate. It's not that simple as many would imagine. Of course, many of those look like indie games, but they look like pretty interesting indie games. Not that there is anything wrong with indie, by the way. The Shobi University. It actually looks pretty simple. And here, big one. We are going to get a look at Microsoft's booth. The past few days, we have seen quite a lot of the games from here. We posted the videos on the site, and they are introducing quite a few Japanese games, mostly about 5EB and Mages, but they of course come with Halo, Forza, Sunset Overdrive, and everything that comes from the West. People are lining up. As you can notice, the lines are not inhuman. They're pretty bearable. Every time a match finishes, a booth employee will come in. As you can see, that she has the little sponge. She will clean up all the controllers carefully. That's something very, very important here in Japan. They're very careful about these kind of things. There's a line for Halo Master Chief Collection, which is a lot of fun. We played it a couple of days ago. This is mic number 9. Okay, Hinakuri-san. As you can see, there is quite a few people who want to play it. And all the Titanfall, they're still showing Titanfall. Minecraft, Killer Instinct. Need to be careful here because I'm moving towards the Capcom area of the Microsoft booth, and they don't want you to film anything about it. Nor the Call of Duty. Actually, from Resident Evil Revolution 2, they time you and they let you film only 1 minute. This is D4, it's just been released. Surprise announcement. As you can see, no pictures here. No pictures, in fact, I'm going to respect it and not film the video. Actually, I lied. Yeah, I did it very quickly before they actually kicked me out. Final Fantasy Zero like this, HD. And out of Microsoft booth, and we're going to see the Namco Bandai, actually Bandai Namco booth. Bunch of cosplayers, actually very nice cosplays. Blaze Blue. They have some great displays here in Japan, of course. And I'm going to go in, not to disturb the queues. Actually, we're going to ask if we can go in. They are letting us in. Thank you very much. And look at this thing here. Look at this thing here. This is a God Eater 2 Rage Burst statue, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I really cannot wait to play this on my PS4. I'm really hoping that they will localize this now that it's on PS4 and not just on PS Vita and PSP. Here we have the only playable version of God Eater 2 Rage Burst is on PS Vita here, as you can see. Yes, of course. Thank you very much. They are not letting me film the strings. The lady came to me with a crossed arms that in Japanese means X, which means no, please. And that's why on the PS4, when you want to go back in a menu or cancel an action on your joypad, on your DualShock, you will press X and not circle like we do in the West. There is an enormous and beautiful Gundam statue there. We're going to see it from the front in a little bit. There is a stage event there. I'm not going to disturb that. And look at this Shenron dragon on the Dragon Ball Xenoverse part of the booth. And there it is, the Gundam Breaker 2 on PS3. Now we're going to try and find an exit. There is quite a few Gundam models there. So great as usual. The Gunpla, how they call them here in Japan. Those things cost an eye, but they are lovely. I have a few at home, but they're not that well made. Look at this one. Isn't this great? And there is the Gojira statue. It's a little smaller than the other statues here. They're pretty monumental. And here another Gunpla. It's Zack. It's not Zack, I don't remember the name of this one. With a Gundam bottom and wings. That's interesting. I didn't manage to find an alternate exit, so I'm just going to come out from the same way I came in. And we're going to move back into the Sea of Humanity outside. Yeah, they have some mobile games too, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm not that much of a mobile person. There is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, which we cannot film, but they're not going to come and grab us from outside of the booth. But in any case, I'm pretty sure you've seen plenty of it. There is the Xperia booth, which is very, very good, big. And they have actually more PS4 games than anything else here. And we have to be careful because they don't want you to film the boot the boot companions here. Probably because they are dressed a little on the skimpy side in this booth, as you can notice from afar. Yeah, you see. They do have an area for photographing. Actually, they're letting us film these two girls. Yeah, that's... They want us to film from the front and not from the side. I'm not even going to bother to go into that photographer crowd there. We have some trailer of Final Fantasy XIV, which is always very scenic. I'm not sure why they're showing it as... Oh yeah, they're having a collaboration between Final Fantasy and Xperia. You can take pictures with Cloud, which is pretty creepy. It's a pretty creepy version of Cloud. And they don't want me to film as usual. So we're just going to move on. Just some smaller booths again. Mostly mobile games and social games. For school, Nihon Kogakuin College, and ladies in fur. Cute easy games. I hope you guys can hear me well, because unfortunately there is a lot of noise. So I'm just going to have to talk close to the camera and hope that you can hear me. I'm not sure what they do here. We're having a stage event, so there is quite a bit of crowd. On the other side, there is Recon, which I have no idea what they are, but they have some cute companions in the front. Careful not to pass in front of the people taking pictures of them. We have the Kongzong booth, which is showing off Guild Wars 2, or rather the Japanese version of Guild Wars 2. And some more stuff, which is inconsequential. And Koei Tecmo, which a lot of games here. Bladestorm, which I'm not sure if it will ever be localized, but it seems interesting. Then they have, of course, all the various Muso spin-off. Samurai Warriors Chronicle 3 for PS Vita and 3DS. Good companions in shiny, silvery clothes, if you can call them clothes. And everyone's favorite, Hyrule Warriors, which actually has a demo in English here. At least one of the demo stations is in English, as you can see. People are wearing scarves. They have a lottery, typical Japanese lottery machine. They turn it around and let a small sphere come out, and if you get the right one, you win. Here's Hyrule Warriors, and a big Hyrule Warriors screen. We're going to go out and observe the queue, which people are playing. We're having a stage event there, and a big talkie dance, Kiwami. Lots of pins. various gadgets and pamphlets and whatnot. And look there, there is a cat, a big cat, enormous round cat. And I'm stepping in front of people taking pictures, so I'm not. And we are in the middle of traffic here, traffic jam. We are going to, with a bit of agility, move through it and look at this Tokiden, ouch, someone hit me, this big Tokiden Kiwami statue. Impressive, isn't it? I'm going to try and get a shot from the front. There it is. Nice, isn't it? There's a booth there from Monster Energy Drink that is featuring Need for Speed Rivals. I don't think it's need to go all the way there for Need for Speed Rivals. AMG Games, which is more little social games, free to play. Ladies in a schoolgirl outfit. And there is the Alienware booth, showing off Alienware computers. What do you think what they were showing off at Alienware? Yeah, something actually pretty spectacular here. If you are a PC guy like I am, I'm gonna show you in a moment. There are the other lottery machines, but that's not the spectacular thing. Let's see. We are getting close to the spectacular thing. Look at that. Look at this. And you're probably gonna say, what's spectacular about that? Now I'm gonna show you what is spectacular about this. Taking the long way. No, it's not the fact that it's a triangle. Now we're getting close. If you're a PC guy, you can probably imagine what is in there. And now, bam! That's pretty impressive, isn't it? After a moment of silence and genuflection, going to move to the front booth. We are having another stage event. They do a lot of stage events here. And there is the Gundam statue we have seen before on the front. It's pretty nice, isn't it? And now, pretty much done with this hall, and we're going to move to the next. And we're moving out of the hall, and there is a small open space where people pretty much camp. It's a big venue, but actually Tokyo Game Show itself is not that big area-wise. Now we're moving inside hall 1, 2 and 3, which is basically the home on Sony, Konami, Sega and Square Enix and quite a few others. So we're going to go straight into Sony. As you can see, there is people already trying Project Morpheus. Luckily they are not trying to do mobile VR. This is the press reception. Ladies in a very classy outfit at the PlayStation booth with a scarf. press event. We have our friend Galahad that pretty much did the round from E3, he went to Gamescom, and then now he's in Tokyo. Poor guy, must be tired. Up there is the VIP area, which is only for press, for members of PlayStation Plus, with the guy bowing respectfully when they come out, and we are going to go into the booth. There is quite a lot of PS Vita and PS4 games, very few PS3 games. Sony is preparing to abandon the PS3 in Japan too. In fact, if I'm not wrong, there are like 2 or 3 PS3 games, the most relevant of which is Tales of Zestiria, which is more relevantly represented at Bandai Namco's booth. And as you can see, Gundam Breaker 2, God Eater 2 Rage Burst. We are approaching the Resident Evil Revelation 2 booth, which as you can see is no filming, so we're going to not to film. You have seen it before. Capcom is very protective of Resident Evil Revelation 2, and they love indies as usual. Oli Oli, Demo, and quite a few others. Here we have Winning 11 2015, which is Pro Evolution Soccer 2015. Octodad, which is a little old for us.
I also have PS3, so it's okay.
Okay. And they love indies again. Here we have Final Fantasy Type 0 HD, which we already filmed 2 days ago, and the lineup of consoles, including the new pink and white PS Vita, and the PS4 with the white one and the silver one for Dragon Quest Heroes. Fortunately, the light here is very yellow, so you're not going to see white but yellow, but still. And there are the laser etched HD covers for the PS4 and a couple laser etched PS Vitas and PS Vita TV as well. Pretty nice. Unfortunately, we'll never get them in the West because Sony apparently doesn't like our money, like a lot of Japanese developers lately. I don't know why they don't, but they don't. It is the Dead or Alive 5, the last round, Smiling Lady, and the beautiful Guilty Gear Earth sign, which I interviewed the general director yesterday, and you're going to see just how it looks. You're going to read the interview pretty soon. It's really smooth, 180p, 60 frames per second, very stable, very smooth as silk. Probably one of the best looking games at Tokyo Game Show. And now we are moving into the prized area of Bloodborne, where a bold young man is challenging the final boss of the demo, and he's actually doing pretty well. He has 4 potions for healing, so we're actually going to stay here and see if it does it. He's just been hit. But he's doing pretty well. He's going to use the potion now. keeping a distance and staying mobile, using the pistol when he has to. Look at it. Good job. He's moving out of the way, not getting too greedy, which is the mistake most do. And the boss is already down to half life. He could do it. This is actually how you do it. You stay mobile and keep your distance as much as you can until you run out of ammo. I think he's out of ammo now, so we have to go in. There's a risk, been risky there, risky move, but he made it. And in fact he has to use another potion. He has 2 potions left. The boss is jumping. And he's got hit. Ouch. This was a pretty big hit. Time to use a potion body. Yes. He has 1 potion left. He's intimidated now. Who wouldn't be? He's got it again. Keeping distance. Throwing rocks at the boss. It's not going to do much. But the life of the boss is steadily but slowly going down. He could actually do it. He doesn't have any potions left. That's a nice solid blow to the head. And the boss is stunned. Now it's the moment. Go. Be careful, buddy. He has a silver. This is going to be a showdown. And he died right at the last moment, unfortunately. As you can see, here we have another candidate which may actually be doing better. He has 8 potions left, and the boss is steadily going down. Very few people managed to beat it. And they actually win a shirt if they make it. But this now, time to use a potion body. And use the potion, like at the top. Keep your distance, go out of the way and shoot. And you got it pretty solidly here. Use the potion, you have 5 potions left. This player has been pretty smart and he stopped to gather all the potions he could. Believe me, you're going to need it here. Solid hit from the boss. Potion. And go back in. The boss is a movement pattern which can be pretty confusing. So at times you just need to withdraw, use a potion, and get back in. Try to get in from the back. Solidly from the boss. And there are 2 side by side that are pretty close to finishing. Another one that side. 1 potion left on this side. This man has been giving out t-shirts to the winners for a while from yesterday. And we have 2 solid candidates here. Both of them got the boss down to quite a little bit of ult. Now the boss here is stunned. And he may be doing it. Come on, go in. This was the moment not to be greedy, and they did it well. Solid lead from the boss here with a lead, and very close need a potion here, urgently. Got it. 2 potions, just to be sure. Another solid hit. It's close, but he's losing focus a little bit. The boss continues to land hits. He's backed against the wall, but he managed to get to the back of the boss. But the boss turns around very suddenly, and he made it! He made it! We have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. Turn for the camera and smile to your glory. Hello, winner. While on the other hand, the other guy inside unfortunately didn't make it. So now we can move out of the Sony booth after this interval with Bloodborne, and we're going straight to the next. Here's the front of Sony booth where the stage events are done. There is no stage event right now, so there isn't that big of a crowd. And on the other side we have the D3 publisher booth with Earth Defense Force. As you can see, a big mecha. It's actually pretty cool, isn't it? But if you want to laugh, the lady making a very Japanese voice, dressed as a maid. Of course, this is the D3 publisher. This is the publisher that does Oni-Chambara. We have 2 male booth companions. Those guys are very dressed though. And we move on to the back of the booth, where there is the big surprise. Well, if you read DualShockers, it's probably not going to be a surprise. Yeah, look at this thing. If you want to play Oni-Chambara Zeta 2 Chaos for PS4, you have to stick your head in these big ladies' breasts. Look at those. This actually has purpose. It's not random. Basically what happens is that you have to do so because there are kids around. So, and the game is definitely rated 0Z, so which means adult only, but basically it's actually the equivalent to our M. And so we have to, the breasts are to keep the game away from the innocent eyes of the kids. And here we have some Earth Defense Force 4.1, the Shadow of New Despair, which is actually a pretty cool game from what I've been given to see so far. With a lot of vehicles and mecha galore. And now we are moving on, and there is the Nico Nico booth with plenty stage events, all live streamed of course. A lot of shouting, so you're probably not going to hear me very well here. And we're moving on to Capcom's booth, which also hosts marvelous entertainment, but I don't think this needs any introduction. It's the Monster Hunter area of the booth, which big monster. You will have to decide if you prefer this one or the one from God Eater 2 Rage Burst, which are pretty much rivals. Of course, Monster Hunter won sales-wise, like hands down, but still. You see armor, dragons, lady in pretty clothes. And we can move on. Cosplayer with blue hair and people hitting me on one side and the other. And now here we have Saiban, which is the new Phoenix ride basically, with Sherlock Holmes, and it's set in the Meiji era, with the Meiji restoration. And it's a close part of the marvelous area. More companions in elven clothes, very cute, proper, even more things that I cannot film, despite the fact that I have a press sticker. I'm going to explain what those are later. Then we have the Biohazard 2, which is Resident Evil 2 Revelations. And we're moving on. They are not letting us film here because there is a stage event, and normally they don't like the stage event film. We're moving on to the indie game area with a lot of nice indie games. There are some really interesting ones here. I've seen them before, earlier this week. Lots of them are really interesting. Some of them you wouldn't even distinguish them too much from games with a higher budget publisher. Of course, a lot of them look like the typical in the game, but not all of them. Like this one actually definitely looks like an indie game, but it's absolutely fun. 6180 The Moon. It was praised by Phil Spencer as well, and for a reason. And there is more on this side. One of Unlight and another well-known one. The Japanese indie scene is becoming more and more florid lately, while my arm is becoming more and more numb for holding the camera up. And my throat is becoming more and more sore as well for joking all the time. I kind of feel like the guys with the megaphone shouting at the customers, "Okiku-sama, Okiku-sama!" Yeah. Here we are at La Mulana 2, which, if you don't know what it is, you can't call yourself a gamer anymore. There is more these ways. And most of them are running on PC, of course, but many have console versions going on, or being developed, or being planned, or they are in talks with Microsoft and Sony for the PS4 or Xbox One version. This is very promising. Kaiju Panic. If you know what kaiju are, you can pretty much imagine what this game is. There is more. There's a lot of mobile games here as well. The area is sponsored by Sony, as you can see, but even most of those are not PS4, PS3 or PS Vita games, but still, because Sony loves indies. There's more this way, quite a lot. It's a big area. They have small booths, but they have what they need. People are hitting me all the way. There's more here. As you can see, the indie area doesn't have as much of a crowd. Definitely are people walking there and checking out the games. can't get too close because I don't want to disturb the people actually checking the games. Now, we're moving to another big one, which is Square Enix. Which is having a stage event, looks like, very soon. They are presenting quite a lot of things here. Bravely Second, Final Fantasy Type 0, HD, Kingdom Hearts 2.5, and more. So we're trying to circumnavigate the crowd here. This is actually not going to be interesting. What are you, my friend? Wait, I don't want to know. Actually, I do know, but still. That wasn't true. I made it fun. See if we can actually go inside. If there is a lot of people, so I'm not sure. Little dragon, flashy dragon, mascot, flashy dragon. Oops. Trying not to hit people. Square Enix Partners area. They're showing Call of Duty, Psycho Break, Far Cry 3 and quite a few others. So we're just going to move on the other side. Let us into the Square Enix booth because we are special, and as you can see the line here is pretty lively, and here they're showing Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. People are enjoying it, and Kingdom Hearts 2.5 remix. Just going to pass through, trying not to hit people because it will be very rude of us. A lot of nice illustrations on the walls, and moving to the 3DS area where there is Bravely Default and other things. Actually, just Bravely Default. A lady with long fake hair, long actual real hair. At least I think it is. It looks like natural. And they're all playing Bravely Default 2, which looks awesome actually. So we are moving through. Time to go out. Nice gentleman is letting us out. Thank you very much. And we have a Dragon Quest 4 for mobile here. And we're trying to go through to the area on the other side of the booth where there is probably going to be the Final Fantasy 14 Letter of the Producer live, which is awesome. I mean, Final Fantasy 14 is awesome. And here you can see the beautiful little silver PS4 themed after Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest Heroes. With this little slide, you slide into the USB ports, and the return of the Dragon Quest franchise to PlayStation, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have the Chaos Rings franchise. and dive in, which is the new streaming service, which is featuring Final Fantasy 13 and Final Fantasy 7. As I was saying, the area here is quite lively. And they're having the battle challenge, as the Japanese say. A lot of line down there, and down there is the letter from the producer live. You can probably hear Naoki Yoshida's voice, but we're not going to try and dive into that human sea down there. As you can see, there is line all the way there. Looks like Final Fantasy 14 is quite popular, and you probably know that I play it, so there is a reason why it's popular, because I play it. No, of course, it's because it's a great game, and if you still didn't try it, you should. There is actually a 14 days trial, so yeah. If you want to try it, come to the Bahamut server, and I will say hello. No, I will not give you money, I'm sorry. But I will say hello. I will even give you a hug, since they just introduced the hug emote, which is completely off-center and most of the time actually misses, but it's fun. Here we have a very noisy stage event with people shouting. Well, now it's actually less noise than it was before. Now they are shouting senpai, which is very Japanese. Before they actually had ladies talking in Myanese, basically nyan, 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 all the time, and it was extremely grating, but still, I guess some people like it. More this way. Moving to the Samsung booth, which you can guess what they have. Smartphones, like a lot of smartphones. But before, we have another booth with stage event. As you can see, the population here is mostly female, like almost completely female, because it's automata games. Otome game, which means games for ladies, for maidens. But let's move on to Samsung booth. Samsung Galaxy. It's Haidus, which is definitely a lady, but still Haidus. I mean, Haidus clothes were actually more probably better for a lady than for a guy. I wouldn't dress like that. I don't know about you, but still. Now we move to the Sega booth. We're gonna have around. You see they have the older games right in the front. The stage event about Ryuga Gotoku Zero, which is Yakuza 0, the prequel set in 1988 of the Yakuza series. And you can see down there Toshihiro Nagoshi and the producer Motoyama, which we're not going to approach because I have a confession to make. Yesterday I did something extremely unprofessional. I basically went to Motoyama-san, I bought 90 degrees, and in broken Japanese I begged him to bring Yakuza 0 to the West, and his response was "Ganbarimasu," which means we'll do our best. Of course, the response was par for the course, but still, let's hope they do it. They have two of the ladies that will star into the game. There is, if you believe me, this queue here is just to go take pictures of the two ladies. I am not kidding with you. I am being completely serious. And if you will see our article with the pictures of the book companions, you'll probably notice they actually did that queue. It took like 50 minutes just to get there and took a picture of the two lady on a sofa. Some would say that it's worth it. Now, let's move towards the back of the Sega booth, which they have the Sega Network area. And on the other side, they have the Warner Bros. Area, which is hosted by Sega here in Japan, the Tokyo Game Show. And you remember that they had in their side all the multi-platform games were not indicated for Xbox One. I actually asked them and they had absolutely no idea. They knew nothing about it. So they don't know that they're actually going to be published for Xbox One. Very helpful gentlemen actually let me pass, and we're into Sega's booth. Now they are playing Phantasy Star Nova, which I don't know how many hopes it has to come to the West, but we can only hope. I played it, it's a lot of fun. Reminds a little bit of Phantasy Star Online 2, which is another one that we have been promised for years and still not here. Here is the new Project Mirai for 3DS that's just been announced. It's actually a lot of fun. I managed to get an A on normal mode, which is pretty interesting for me, considering how bad I am at rhythm games. Here they have Sonic Boom, which is nicknamed Sonic Toon in Japan, and in the demo they have a very difficult area of the game which pretty much destroyed me 20 times in a row, so I just gave up. No, I'm kidding, I didn't give up. I actually managed to do it at the end, but it killed me at least 20 times. And here we have Dengeki Fighting Climax, sorry, for which they just announced Silvaria and Alicia from Valkyria Chronicles, which is another punch in the face to Valkyria Chronicles fans, considering that they are not giving us a Valkyria Chronicles 4 or a localization of Valkyria Chronicles 3. But still, they put their characters pretty much everywhere. Honestly, Sega, what the hell are you doing? Valkyria Chronicles is basically the best IP you ever had, and you keep doing Sonic games. No one cares about Sonic anymore. So here is the Warner Bros. Area, Codemaster, and as you can see there is no Xbox inside, but no one knows the games actually weren't set for Xbox One, actually aren't going to come on Xbox One in Japan or not, besides Batman and the Lego games. There is Boot companion dressed with the new game just announced by part of the Valkyria Chronicle team, actually mostly from Valkyria Chronicles 2. This is War and Eclipse. It's a social free-to-play game, and it's another punch in the face of Valkyria Chronicles fans, because instead of putting the staff of the game to work on another Valkyria Chronicles, they make War and Eclipse. Now we proceed to the Konami booth. There it is. Yaku Powerful Baseball. It's a very, very popular franchise in Japan, but basically unknown in the West. We have Pro Evolution Soccer 2015, and people taking pictures of the Root Companions, but they do too. So, and now we move to the front of the Konami booth, where there is a stage event, probably with Kojima, considering the crowd. Actually, it's about to start. We're not going to stay for it, but as you can see, there is a full-tone goat, and on the other side there is a full-tone Jeep, which is pretty rad. Yeah, all the people here are just waiting for the stage event. When there is a stage event with Kojima, the crowd goes all the way down there. The Zoids booth is an online game, I think. I actually not sure, but still. We know what Zoids are. And here is one of those. We move to something a little more well known on the other side, which is the Arc System Works booth, which is definitely showing a great game. This is Guilty Gear Xrd Sign. I think I'm pronouncing it right. And yesterday, as I said before, I interviewed the game director. He told me some very interesting things about the game, but you will know in due time about that. This is actually where a lot of the visitors come in. The big Tokyo Game Show sign. And we're going to move to the last exhibition booth of the event, which is Electronic Arts, which is strongly coming in with Battlefield, with the mod of Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline. Oh wait, it's not a mod. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it was a mod. No, really, I didn't. Actually, I lied, I did. Yeah, I will apologize to my friend at Electronic Arts. But yeah, there is actually quite a crowd looking at the stage events from Battlefield Hardline. They are in the corner. In Italy we put bad guys in the corner, like bad kids. When a kid is bad, you put them in the corner as a punishment. Well, not anymore, when I was a kid myself. So this makes you understand that maybe I was a little bad myself, just a little bit. This is the VIP area, the EA police department. People taking pictures of a fake policeman. That's it for the exhibition area, but there is more, so stay tuned. I'm just going to walk all the way there without recording, because what you would see would be very interesting. We actually have a change of planes. I forgot that we have been invited to go into the Capcom booth. We have a nice gentleman leading us in, and we will accompany us in our tour. We are running around the booth because they have a stage event which we cannot film. So we're just moving around the booth at the moment, which is pretty big and there is a lot of crowd. Capcom is always pretty popular in Japan, despite all the DLC. And we are approaching the Monster Hunter area of the booth. Monster Hunter 4G Ultimate, or Ultimato as the Japanese say. I love the Japanese language. Still, we are finally approaching the booth. Sooner or later we'll find an entrance. The nice gentleman looking for a place to let us in. Try to find an entrance. Looks like all the entrances are kind of blocked. Sorry, we finally found the entrance. So we're going to be let in at the moment. Here is the Monster Hunter 4G Ultimate, longest name of the world. Here is the booth. Ladies in costumes, people playing the game, and as you can see, we're having a lot of fun. We're going to get a peek at the screens. There's ads in the middle. Yeah, a little peek at the screens. As you can see, this is the actual new 3DS. Nintendo's new scam, which made my poor 3DS actually obsolete only after 3 years that I purchased it. The booth is really big and really nice. We actually have a staircase here with an elevated area, fake stone seats and tables. Lots of ladies in very demure and classy costumes, which are themed after Monster Hunter. Barrels, people filming, which we are not going to disturb, and more gameplay. Or more new 3DSs. My poor Glacier White. Actually, it wasn't Glacier White. I don't remember what's the name of the 3DS, or the white 3DS is Ice White probably, but is getting obsolete because Nintendo wants more of my money. So, yes, I was looking for my chaperone. We can move on. Are you move on? Are you gone? Yes. Are you done? You want me to get? Would you like? Thank you very much. They gave me a little bag with a pamphlet inside. And our nice gentleman that led us, thank you very much. Thank you. And here we have some swag for Monster Hunter. As you can see, a guitar, which is pretty damn rad. Its own. Okay. But this is what I call swag. A Ducati Monster themed after Monster Hunter. Well, you would say that's pretty appropriate, isn't it? Now I'm just going to move into the press reception, and I'm going to ask if I can get it as well. That way the Gamergate people will be all over me. No, I'm not going to. I was joking, not really. Really. Don't come after me. I'm honest. Really. And this is a beautiful Monster Hunter model. And some Monster Hunter jewelry. And Monster Hunter something. And Monster Hunter golf balls, I think. That was interesting. Now we are really going to move on to the other area, so I'm going to sign off for a little bit and I'll be back in a second. Before we move to the last area of our tour, I'm going to show you something pretty funny. Like I talked about press stickers before, and you probably were wondering what the hell they were. Here in Tokyo Game Show they have something interesting, which is it's pretty funny. Yeah, I'm not looking at the camera because I'm not used to filming myself. But anyway, yeah, here in Tokyo Game Show the usual press pass is not enough, and the big publisher actually have press stickers to clearly identify you as press. So they'll have something like this. They will attach it to your shirt or whatever you're wearing, and this Square Enix actually has a pretty nice full headband, making it look like some kind of Nazi soldier. And yeah, they attach it to your person and they make you look like a racing driver or something. They surely like to have you go around with all their logos all over you. Now we are moving to our list area, which is the market area where you can actually buy stuff. And here we are to the market area, where you can buy stuff, as I said. Right in front there is the Capcom booth, where you can buy Capcom stuff. They have a ton of Monster Hunter stuff, like shirts, whatever. We're not going into the booth because we don't want to get in the way of commercial operations. With caps, baseball caps. Like every supermarket, they also have little baskets, because they expect you to buy a lot. There is quite a lot of crowd. And here we have some apparel as well, with the Stars uniforms, as you can see. I'm not even sure if those are for sale. They probably are. Yes, they are, and they are also quite costly. This thing costs 6,000 yen, but I think it's just the shirt, since it's coming in white and black. I'm not sure though. There is Bomber and more interesting stuff. Street Fighter. Look at this thing. Yeah, I'll let you guess if I'm meaning the thing in the left or the thing in the right. Yeah, you can decide. Next we move to Namco Bandai. Actually, Bandai Namco. Looks like the Japanese love to invert their name lately. Before it was Namco Bandai, now it's Bandai Namco. And we had Tecmo Koei, and now it's Koei Tecmo. Actually, the Western branches were named like that, and they renamed after their Japanese branches, which were in the order they are now. So we have a lot of tail stuff, as you can see. Tales of Vesperia, Tales of Zestiria, Tales of whatever area. They also have some Naruto stuff. Idolmaster, which has never come to the West. God Eater shirts, which look pretty damn good. On the other side, we get Square Enix. As you can see, the ladies at the cashier wear Play Art Sky shirts, and Play Art Sky figures are some of the most popular here at the Tokyo Game Show. They didn't let us in because apparently our big Square Enix badge is not good enough here. We're just going to get as close as we can. And we're going to queue up like everyone else. It teaches us humility. It's always good for a journalist. It happens all too seldom actually. But I'm not going to make you queue up with me. So I'm going to restart filming when I'm in front of the interesting stuff. 40 minutes later we are finally at the end of the line, and this actually makes you respect all those gamers that are willing to line up for every single booth for maybe 2 or 3 days in a row at trade shows like this. We the press are pretty lucky because we get to go into booths without lining up, but still, you know, at times it's good to get a lesson on what you guys go through. The line was enormous. It actually went around all the way around the shop, the booth, and it's just to actually see action figures and purchase them if you want. It's not for games. This is the now famous Tetsuya Nomura Batman statue. Right, Tetsuya Nomura? Some Predators. Pretty imposing, isn't it? Look at those details. And here we have another Batman, Samurai Batman, and Spartan Batman. Wild West Robin and Steampunk Batman. Look at this. Those details are some mini figures for other superheroes. We have Superman with a strange hairdo, which I never saw like that. Wonder Woman and Batman again. And look at this. Darth Vader in Square Enix version. He is awesome, really. And Titanfall. Yes, we are cards. Buckeye actually does it. Makes a Titanfall statue, which is beautiful, and followed up by Master Chief. Because who doesn't love Master Chief? We move on to some more Batman figures. Batman is very, very, very popular in Japan, despite being an American superhero, and that actually shows the weight of the decision by Warner Bros. Not to publish Batman Arkham Knight in Japan for Xbox One, because that's actually going to sell pretty well in Japan. Now we move to something a little more actually Square Enix-like. The line is quite slow because people are observing, and we have Final Fairy 7, and those are actually some very, very nice figures. They are also Final Fantasy 8 and 12 and some Kingdom Hearts down there. But move on to more Final Fantasy Dragoon, Paladin, actually Hero, Knight of Light, and the Bahamut, followed by some super deformed figures and some plushies. Look at that! Look at that! Absolutely adorable Moogle. I want it. But don't tell anyone. I want to cuddle it. I want to cuddle them all. There is some more small-sized merchandise, some of which is actually sold out already, as you can see. There's some keychains, some mugs, pendants, stuff like that. I'm not really sure what those little strips of paper are. Actually,
Smell the cologne. Smell the cologne.
ah, thank you. Someone just explained to me that it's to smell the Final Fantasy cologne, which is, I think I'm gonna pass, but you can imagine it. We have some keyblades, keychains, jewelry, assorted jewelry, which is actually really nice. Lovely, lovely, lovely Cactuar or Sabutander necklace. Moving on, we move to the Dragon Quest area with slime blowers. Yeah, the slime, everything basically. Slime, glycerine, actually, sun watches, dragon glassware, monster glassware, everything glassware, scarves, more slimes, more glassware, more thingies in which you make eyes, I think, like slime-shaped eyes. More slimes. Plushy slimes. They are not as cute as Final Fantasy ones. And we have some really lovely action figures for Bravely Second, which are definitely beautiful. Sengokushi, another one for Sengokushi Rumble, and one for Lord of Oblivion 3, and the Chocobo and Slime cookies, because after this line I really need a cookie, but they're not gonna give me one. Finally, a Dragon Quest V costume, which costs 16,200 yen. It's pretty nice, but I'm not going to spend that much. And the cashier area, and I'm just going to walk out because I didn't buy anything. After the terrible line, I actually had to walk out a little bit and sit down because my feet are hurting like hell. So I'm just going to take advantage of the moment to hunt a little bit of spirits in Destiny of Spirits. This game is like crack. And as you can see, I'm 26 kilometers from my hotel. Let's see, you guys better keep your finger crossed so that I get a rare spirit. Alright? Okay, let's see what I get. Keep your finger crossed. Keep your finger crossed. Oh, come on. In a common and an uncommon spirit. Oh well. I guess it wasn't to be. You guys didn't keep your finger crossed. Or better, you didn't keep your finger crossed enough, didn't you? Huh? Well, it's time to get back inside now. I rest enough. So we're going back inside. I actually had to change my battery. I used up a full 4 hours battery going in. It was supposed to be a small tour, has become a feature film. Anyway, as you can see, there is a bit of crowd now. So we're going to skip this entrance because there is a stage event at the, I think, Logitech booth. I was hearing people screaming here before, and I don't want to get in the middle of people screaming before someone actually kills me, or at least my eardrums. So I'm just going to follow this nice security guard, pretending that he's actually leading me around, but he's not. We're just walking in the same direction. So we're going back in where we were before. And as you can see, the line at the Square Enix booth is still super long. Actually, it's gotten a little bit shorter than before. Good for them. On the other hand, the line at Konami Style is a lot shorter. So we're just going to go in and show you guys what they have. They have Yamaguchi Castle of Shadow 2. These are actually selling games here. Castlevania. And more Konami stuff. Haha, this is cute. These are actually the CDs, the DVDs of the Neon Falcon band, which is an actual professional band that Neon Falcon uses for its games. The other side of the Logitech booth, we're going straight to the Square Enix CD shop, where you can buy all the beautiful soundtracks of Square Enix games, including my favorite, which is the Before Meteor soundtrack of Final Fantasy XIV. I just love that song. I will admit that when they released the End of an Era trailer with that song on, Answers, I cried. Yeah. I cried like an idiot, and it was awesome. It was at the very end of the servers of Final Fantasy XIV. Sorry. My voice is starting to go away. I've been talking for like 3 hours, but yeah, it was at the very end of the Final Fantasy XIV 1.0 servers, and we had an immense public event in which we were trying to stave off the fall of Dalamud, and then that trailer really was awesome. But yeah, anyway, we have the Sega and Sega Partners booth here with stuff from Sega and Atlas, with a lot of Hatsune Miku, of course, which is super popular here in Japan. Well, she's super popular everywhere, I guess. Persona shirts and a lot of nice Sega stuff, and the cashier, people buying stuff. There isn't as much of a look at this shirt with the Goro Majima in gentleman version. This is just awesome. Seriously, when I saw the trailer in which he was behaving like a gentleman, I was laughing like an idiot. He is really one of my favorite Yakuza characters. And now, we're gonna move on. The really interesting stuff is pretty much done. So, we're gonna just walk quickly. We have some Nintendo merchandise here, some Mega Man, more Nintendo, more Mario, more idol thingies. This is the actual tent in which you can immerse yourself to play the games without anyone annoying you. They say that Kojima used this tent to test the PT. They showed it at the stage event, and it was very, very scary. That's pretty much the extremization of a man cave, a man tent. Well, it can be a woman tent too. I mean, ladies like to game without being disturbed too, nowadays, right, girls? The Mad Cats area, and there we have the family area. Stuff for kids and everything. And we move on, and we are pretty much towards the end of our tour. Yeah, we have some Danganronpa with that damn beer. God, I hate him. I'm sure you do too. I heard it is pretty polarizing. People either hate him or love him. I'm on the hate side. I love the game. So yeah, this is the Spike Chunsoft booth, and they're selling all things Danganronpa. The Cospa booth with pretty much everything you might want. Sound Blaster, because creative is still a thing. And ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty much the last of it. Luckily, it's not the last of us. I made a pun. And here we are, outside the Tokyo Game Show. As you can see, the people are lining up to reach the station. And I know I'm not looking at the camera properly, but you know I'm not used to filming myself, so it's okay. And Tokyo Game Show is done for this year. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of stuff shown. It was probably one of the best Tokyo Game Shows in the last few years. Probably because the new consoles and everything. But it was rich and very nice. A lot of games were shown, a lot of color, and I had a lot of fun. And I hope you had fun as well looking at this little documentary we did. And so, see you next year. This is Giuseppe Nelva from DualShockers.com, and signing out. I'll see you back on the site. Bye.